Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Gooch. Today we're doing G.I. Joe Classified number 179, Wetsuit. Welcome to the Cobra Report. Just a reminder to please like and subscribe to my page for more G.I. Joe Classified content. Okay, next up, we have Wetsuit, who, like Torpedo, is another one of the G.I. Joe's Navy SEALs. So, let's take a look.
G.I. Joe Classified Series Wetsuit.
All right, first up, real quick, we're just going to go over the box. Standard G.I. Joe Classified packaging. You can see him clearly through the window, see all of his load-ups. Wetsuit looks like he comes with a lot of gear, which is really nice. This side, nobody really cares about. More G.I. Joe box art. Much like the Grim Viper, this one's a little bit kind of lacking in a little bit of detail. So many of them have these really great details, and this is just pretty basic. But, all right, now, back page, we get to see Wetsuit in action mode. Here he is, swimming in the ocean. They highlight just a couple things. Again, Hasbro just seems to randomly highlight parts of the character. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. So, all right, let's take a look at the character outside of the box. All right, so here he is out of the box. As you can see, he comes with a ton of stuff. So this is awesome. First, let's take a look at the figure himself. I mean, pretty standard G.I. Joe character here. Got the nice blue, the white offset. He's got the arms exposed. Shoes come all the way up to the knees, which is cool. So, all right, let's take a look. Let's load him up. He's got his mask here, which is really hard to get on. So that's, okay, there it goes. Not too bad. And that's cool. You can see his eyes through there, much like Torpedo's. He's got this backpack, which is pretty neat. So this goes right into the peg on his back. These tubes hook right into a couple little holes right here on the back. So this is the first time I'm looking at this figure. So we're both looking at it together. We're all looking at this guy together. Just open him up, have not looked at him before this. He comes with a tactical knife. So that goes right here. He's got a sheath on the side. This one is solid black. They didn't bother to paint, which I think would have been nice if they did. But you know what? They give us all this other gear, so I'm not going to complain on this one. So he's got a gun. Not sure how practical a gun would be underwater, but I mean, he's still got to have one. He's a Navy SEAL. I'm sure this is a waterproof weapon. He's got his lights. So right off the bat, there doesn't seem to be anywhere on him to hang the light. So that's kind of a little bit of an issue. Would be nice if they gave him a hook or something to put on somewhere around the belt, anywhere for that, but they don't. So he's got two of his, what do you call these, flippers? I don't know what the heck they really call them. But yeah, I guess they're flippers. Let's put that on. They fit really nice. And that's awesome too, because this is basically a stand for him, so he's not falling that well. He might fall that way, but he's not falling forward, so that's cool. And then he's got this little device, which, if you've ever seen divers, this helps them, this propels them through the water. So, you know, these would be motorized, so this would be, the water would go in through here, come out that way, and it propels him through the water. So this is a really cool thing to have included with him here. So as you can see, he's got just a ton of accessories. So that's awesome. So he's very similar to Torpedo, the other Navy SEAL, only he's more colorful. Mask is a little different. He's got the different backpack, but he comes with the propellers. Torpedo did not come with this. So this is a nice little addition. This did come with the original Wetsuit too, so he had one of these. So it's, you know, again, they're keeping with it. So, okay, let's talk articulation here. Right off the bat, he's really stiff. I'm having a hard time articulating his arms. They do move, but they're really stiff. So they barely go out to the side. I don't know if you can hear that, like the creaking in the video here, but there's a lot of creaking. This is the first one I've had that's creaked. So he's very tight. These are really tight joints. This elbow joint is super tight. Really hard. All right, but so he does not have a lot of movement on the shoulders. I don't know if this is just they're too tight or if this is just a design flaw, but his shoulder's really tight. They barely move up. Again, really tight joints. These things, okay, I got that one to bend. So that's good. That one bent. They don't even move out forward really easily. Okay, that one kind of did. There we go. So got them to move forward, but they're really tight joints. Okay, so he does twist side to side. He bends forward. Okay, he bends forward all right. And then side to side. So that's good. The legs pop up okay. So right now it's just the shoulder joints that we're having a problem with. They're just not very bendable. And now I'm having trouble with his legs. Okay, legs are back in. Sometimes in order to get them to bend up, they kind of pop out a little bit, almost like they pop out of socket. Yeah, these are, again, super tight joints on the knees. Wow. Yeah, these are really tight. I mean, you could hear those cracking. I can't even bend this one. Okay, there we go. Yeah, got it. These are super tight. This is probably the hardest figure I've had so far to be able to bend. Now, this one, however, is just hands down the stiffest of all the figures. I mean, I'm sure, can you hear that? Put it by the microphone. I mean, this is now, yeah, that is just making a ton of noise. I have not had one of these guys yet that is that difficult to maneuver, makes that kind of noise. So that's, again, I'm sure you're like me, you're in your 40s and you're just collecting these because it reminds you of your childhood and you're gonna put them up on a shelf here. Maybe you'll do some kind of pose. So I guess the difficult joints actually help with that because he's more likely to stay in whatever position you put him in. But as far as if you are a kid watching this and you do want to buy this figure, he is going to be a little bit difficult to move around. So it might take a while of moving the arms around and stuff to loosen him up. So you're not going to be able to take him right out of the box and just be like, woohoo, and have him moving all over the place. So, all right. So let's talk about the actual design. So we're going to compare him side to side to his other Navy SEAL, Torpedo. Now, I would have thought that they used the exact same mold for this, but they did not. So this is a different mold. You can see a couple differences here. He does have the zipper go all the way down the front of his wetsuit. Torpedo does not. Torpedo also has the insides of his legs are a different color, and there's that little line there of fabric, if you will, and Torpedo does not have them. So as you can see, this is a new sculpt for wetsuit. So that's really nice that they did that. These are also different flippers. So wetsuits are a little bit more pointy, and then torpedoes are just, you know, like more what you would think of. These almost look like a monster foot or something. Whereas these are just typical. All right, so the masks, obviously different masks. So torpedoes is just the face mask and the goggles over his face. He's got the entire helmet here for wetsuit. And then, of course, you've got the backpacks. Now, you will see the one main difference here with Torpedo is you can store his gun on the bottom of his backpack. So you can put this, I think. Maybe I read that wrong. Yeah, so this piece should pop right on here. Maybe not. Okay, so I think there's this hole in the bottom here that I'm pretty sure this attaches to, and then he can, you know, he could propel himself through the water that way, but I can't get it in there. So let me see if I take it off, and we'll see. Okay, so we're back. It really didn't take me that much longer to do. I was only out for a second. So there it is. It attaches to the bottom of the backpack, and that is a really nice feature. I really like that. So then again, these tubes go right here into the back of them. So put those tubes in. This fits in the back. That's awesome. That is a great feature because what else is he going to do with this thing? So, you know, he's a SEAL, so at some point he's got to come out of the water. He's got to put it somewhere. Can't just leave it there. But then again, the flaw is he doesn't have anywhere for his flashlight. So that's the one big issue. But as you can see, there are a lot of differences between Wetsuit and Torpedo. So it isn't the exact same figure, just painted differently. So great job, Hasbro. You could have really easily just given us the Torpedo sculpt and painted it differently, but you did not. So thank you for that. So here he is, loaded up with all of his gear. Again, doesn't have anywhere to really put this, but he's got, I guess you just store it on his wrist. So just put this around here, but I still think it would be nice if, okay, so it's just stored around his wrist. I think it would be nice if they had a hook on the back maybe for that, or just hanging off the side for him to hang the flashlight. But it works either way. So, okay. This is, I think, just a really great figure. I was always a big fan of this guy when I was a kid just because of the colors. So it's just a really nice, the teal, the white, he's got the little shark there. It's just a great mask. The orange is just a nice addition to G.I. Joe. I really enjoy this. This is, so let's take a look at some of the little details. The backpack, you know, they painted it multiple colors, so that's really nice, because some of them, they just give you this solid backpack, and it just kind of takes away from some of the realism. You know, a backpack's going to have different colors on it, especially if there's things hanging off of it. So this has the handle on there, so he can carry that. A couple more tubes on the side. So again, this plugs right into the back, so you can pull this off. It is difficult to get in and out of there. So this comes off. It's got the little fans, the intakes right there. So he would grab onto this, and this is going to be a little bit, so here's, I can already tell, I'm not trying yet, but you just look at his hand and look at these handles. This is going to be difficult to get him to grasp. His hand is just way too tight. There's no way he's going to be able to put his hand on this handle. So I don't know what they were thinking. I'm trying here, but that's a big issue, is that his hand is not going to fit on that handle. So that's a bit of a design flaw. These handles should be thinner, but then if you make them thinner, these are going to be flimsy and they're going to break. But right now, as it stands, he can't hold on to it. It has to be on his back. It just doesn't fit in his hands. So that's a bit disappointing, but I don't care because this guy is awesome. I love him. So you look at his back, and he's got the two-tone colors. He's got the gray straps, which is really nice. The black boots all the way up to his knees. Look at the back here. So the backpack does click into 3 different spots. Turn him around to the front here. He's got this little, maybe a comm device, or no, it's just a little pocket. Little pockets on the side. He's got this nice little white stripe down the side. It goes all the way down the side of his suit as well. So just another little added detail, which they didn't have to do. If you look up at the top here, you can see there's color on the straps too. So it's not just gray, there's a little black up on the top of the straps as well. So his mask too. So these, he's got the lights on the top of his mask. His mask has the little green painted on there as well as the black. They could have easily just left that all black. It would have looked just as nice, but this just makes it pop so much more. Little shark detail on there. You can see there's the zipper. You can see the little bit of the teeth of the zipper going all the way down. A little bit of the fabric buckling up around the zipper like it would. He's got, bare, so part of his arms are bare. Unlike Torpedo, who's wearing the full wetsuit, his arms are exposed. He does have what appears to be just little rope on this side. This one does have a watch. So this is a watch, kind of. Put a rope there. So that's neat. All right, so a couple little pouches here on the belt. This belt is a separate piece, it looks like. Yes, it is. So this is a separate piece, so this isn't molded on either. So all of this stuff is kind of removable, so you could pull off those if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend taking the belt off because you would have to snip it, or you would have to just actually take the figure apart to get it. All right, so let's talk value. Once again, Hasbro has raised their prices, so now we're looking at $27.99 here US, which, round up, it's $28. $28 a figure, which is a few dollars more than McFarlane figures, a few dollars less than some similar ones like Monster Force or some of the Valaverse guys. They typically come with a lot more loadouts. So this, from what I can tell, is an all-new sculpt. So that's good. So we're getting the value here because this isn't just a guy that they repainted and then sold us as another figure. So this is a new guy. And let's take a minute to appreciate his face sculpt here too. So you can see all the swirls in his hair. Now there is a little bit of, mine's got some paint in the back of his hair and in the front there too. So I haven't seen that in any of the Joes yet, but yeah, he's got some paint in his hair, some of the other colors, so that's interesting, especially because nothing is painted orange on him. So why is there orange in his hair? I don't understand, but there's orange paint in his hair, but nothing on him is painted orange. But it's a really nice head sculpt, so I don't know how well you can see that, but that is a really nice face sculpt. This is, I'd say, one of the best face sculpts so far. So you've got brand new face sculpt, you've got a brand new body sculpt. Some of the legs might be reused, but I don't think so. Pretty sure these are new. I don't think they're Cobra Eel or Torpedo, who, if I remember correctly, are the exact same figure, just painted differently. So they could have repackaged this. I think, actually, now that I say this, I don't have the Diver 2-pack. This might be just a repaint of one of the divers from the 2-pack. So I will have to check them out. But if not, then this is a great figure. It's great value. Either way, even if it is reused, they give us a lot of stuff. So it justifies that extra expense. All this stuff is removable here. Is flashlight is removable, the guns, the whatever, the sheath, this holster, all this is removable. This is a separate piece, so it's not just added on. So these are all separate pieces. The mask comes apart. He can just wear the mask, or he can have the tubes in there. He can have it to his back. These are all removable. This, I really love that this attaches to the bottom of his backpack. So that's really cool because he can just fly almost like Superman through the water if he wants. So, all right. So Wetsuit, as a kid, was one of my favorite guys. As an adult, one of my favorites. So for the end of the year here for 2025, Hasbro has now given me two of my favorite of the year in Wetsuit and the Grim Viper. If you guys haven't checked out my Grim Viper review, please do. I'll have a link to it at the end of this video, but that's a great figure too, so definitely look into getting that one. If you were on the fence, I recommend it. Again, if you're on the fence on Wetsuit, don't be. Definitely go all in. This is a great figure, one of the standouts of the classified line so far, I would say, and definitely a great way to end 2025. So that's it for the Wetsuit review. Tune in next week. I'm going to do my What I Want for Christmas G.I. Joe Classified Edition, where I will be doing some digital renders of some figures that have not yet been released that I would like to see in 2026 and beyond. And then maybe we'll do some more surprises for round out December. But until then, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you later.